back at it with another video. It's recording?
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys. Okay, let me see. Hey guys. I'm back at it with another video. If you ain't hit that subscribe button yet, what are you doing? Are you a monitoring spirit? Do I need to rebuke you? Oh, okay. Anyway, let's jump straight into this video because I'm tired. This is my second video I'm recording today because I'm going hard all 2025, playing catch up, but I'm going hard. Anyway, if you could tell by the title, this story time is going to be about this girl. Matter of fact, let's just jump straight into it. It was this girl that I went to school with, right? I think we could have went to middle school together. I don't remember. I know for a fact we went to high school together. And so we never really had the same class, but we would occasionally see each other like in the hallway or whatever. Like she was cool, but we didn't really know each other like that. Like we more so would talk in the morning. Like you know how everybody used to click up in the morning in the hallway before the classes would start? It was kind of like that. Like I talked to her. Fast forward, y'all, it's not high school no more. We're adults, we're grown, right? So I don't know how we had got back in contact. I think she had DM'd me or I had DM'd her. I do not remember. Long story short, we had ended up talking and I was like, oh yeah, girl, you could come over. Like we could match. If you don't know what match means, look it up on Urban Dictionary. But yeah, I was like, yeah, come over. Like, cause that's when I had, okay, y'all. So back then, that's when I was in my first apartment and I didn't have no friends, y'all. Let me tell y'all, I was so lonely around that time because I had stopped being friends with like my childhood friend or whatever. Like we ended that friendship and then I was just by myself. I was trying to figure out who I was. Like, I don't know, y'all. I was going through kind of a lot. And so I was desperate for like, not friends. I wasn't desperate for friends, but when you lonely, you be desperate for, I guess, another person's presence. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But so I was like, yeah, girl, you come over, like we could match. And so she ended up coming over. It was cool, like we chill. I had did a reading for her, y'all. Keep this in mind. I had ended up doing a reading for her. And I can't tell y'all like what came out of her reading because it's like, I literally cannot tell y'all that. But long story short, I feel like she is destined to be a star. I feel like she is destined to be someone who does great things, someone who may have like a huge platform. I feel like she is definitely destined to be bigger than the city that she came from. You know what I'm saying? So I had told her that. I ended up telling her that. When I told her that, I could tell like the look in her eyes was almost like I was confirming something within her that she already knew. It was like this girl already knew that she was destined for greatness. And then she had a glow up, y'all. She wasn't ugly back in high school. Like, I'm not saying that, but she definitely had a glow up. Like, it was definitely giving, like, you know how sometimes you may see people that you went to high school with and they kind of look like what they've been through, but then you see other people and they're glowing, they're shining, they're successful. That's what it was giving. Like, so she had came over, but instantly, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Soon as she came over, cause she was on the phone, and I remember standing at the door, like, waiting for her to come up, and she was on the phone and she was talking to her boyfriend, and her boyfriend had the same name as like someone that I used to know that I had fell out with. So I thought that she was talking to the person I had fell out with on the phone because she kept saying their name. But the whole time that wasn't the same person. But let me tell y'all. So instantly when I realized that it wasn't the person I fell out with, it was her boyfriend, I still had this feeling like, oh, she came over here to be messy, y'all. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, I just had got this feeling like, I wonder if she came over here to be messy. Like, I wonder if she knows something. Because, when people, like messy people, one thing that they good at is knowing something but then acting like they don't know nothing when they want to get more information. Anyway, we're not going to get into all that. So, yeah, so she had came up and then we was rolling up, we was matching, did the reading, everything was cool. We had talked about our lives, like we talked about what we was up to. I think she was in school or something, or I know that she was trying to get into modeling and she was living with her parents. I don't know if she was living with both her parents or just like her mom. But then I told her about my life or whatever, what I had going on. And yeah, it was cool. Like, she ended up leaving. Y'all, so the next day, okay, we're going to give this girl a name. We're going to give her a name. We're going to name her Brunch. We're going to name her Brunch. We're going to get into that, right? So the next day, she had hit me up, right? She hit me up. She was like, hey, girl. And she invited me to brunch. She said that she was going to pay for it. I think she said she wanted to take me out to eat because I had did her reading or something. I don't know, y'all. And I didn't charge her for the reading, of course, because, like, why would I? Why would I? Because I had offered her. So why would I charge her and I offered it? You know what I'm saying? But she was just like, oh, to return the favor, like, I want to take you out to brunch. So I was like, okay, cute. Now, y'all, I was not no brunch girly. Like, I was not the type to go to brunch. Like, that was very much, like, that was cutesy. Like, that was very much cutesy if that's something that she does on, like, a regular basis. But I'm not no brunch type of girl. Like, I was very much living by myself. The bills was kicking my behind, y'all. I was depressed. Like, I was not the type to get cute, get dressed, and go have brunch with my girls. Like, it was not giving that. So when she invited me to brunch, I was like, okay, cool. So she ended up picking me up, and we had went to this, I don't know, I think it was called like Eggs Up Grill. I don't remember. It was someplace in Belmont. So, yeah, we went in there. It wasn't a lot of people in there. It probably was like one other table in there other than us. Like, I don't remember. But it definitely was like dead. So we went in there. And we were sitting at the table. We was just talking. It was like really just small talk. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I don't know if I'm still like this, but back then I was awkward. And the reason why I was awkward was because, like I said, I wasn't having much human interaction. Like, of course, when I went to work, I would see other people. I'm saying, like, I didn't have friends and stuff, so I didn't really know like what to talk about. Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I was very much kind of like, I don't know, like, so, yeah, so we was sitting down at the table and I was eating my food. And, y'all, I was tearing my food up, I ain't gonna lie. And so I don't think she finished all her food, and I think she asked me if I wanted. So I was like, yeah, let me get that. So after a while, I think she started to hint that it was time to go. But it's like, before we had went, she didn't mention that she had to leave. She didn't mention that it was only a certain amount of time that we were going to be sitting there. Because we probably was only sitting there maybe like 20, 30 minutes. I really don't remember. But yeah, after a while, I was eating, and then she was like, what did she say? I don't know. She was just sitting there. Like, she just kind of stopped eating. I was still eating. I was kind of talking, and I could tell by her body language, like, she was getting ready to go. Like, she was ready to go. And so, yeah, she offered me. She was like, oh, you want the rest of this? So I started eating it. And then she was telling me, she was like, okay, yeah, we finna go or whatever. Like, but I thought that she was going to allow me to finish eating my food. Like, I didn't think as soon as she said, okay, yeah, like, we finna go, that it was time to go. I'm thinking, like, I could finish my food. Like, y'all, why the girl take her plate? She took her plate and put it on top of mine while I was eating.
Really, nigga?
Like, and it's like, I don't know, was that not rude? Because in my head, I wouldn't do nobody like that. Like, I would, especially if I invited you out to eat, I'm going to let you finish your food. Like, you're obviously still eating. I'm going to sit, like, on my phone or whatever, and I'm going to wait for you to finish eating. That girl picked up her plate and put her plate on top of mine. And I don't know if she felt like she could do that because she was paying. But like I said, if she had somewhere to be, she really could have said that. Like, she really could have just been like, oh, girl, like, we only gonna be here for like 15, 20 minutes. Like, so, you know, I'm kind of on a time crunch. Or she could have been like, I got a busy day ahead of me. I got a busy schedule. She ain't said none of that, y'all. All I know was she picked her plate up, put it on top of mine. So I was just like, okay. You know, so I played it off. Like, I didn't really see it as no red. No, I did. I kind of saw that as like a red flag in a moment. But I just played it off because it was like, free breakfast or free brunch, whatever. So yeah, she ended up taking me back home, and then she went to go do whatever she was doing. So I don't know if we had matched later on that day. I don't remember, but we ended up hanging out again. Like, she had ended up coming over again. We had matched. It was like the same old, just small talk, whatever. And she was getting off of work. So the next day after that, when she was getting off of work, she was hitting me up like, oh, let's match. So I'm thinking like, oh, this gonna be like a smoke buddy. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking like maybe I met a new friend. Y'all, we gonna get to that. So while she was while she was on the way to my crib after she had got off of work, she was like 10 minutes away. I think she texted me. She was like, oh, I'm 10 minutes away, or I'm finna pull up. So then after that, she sent me another text and she was like, oh, I forgot to tell you my cousin wanted to come and smoke with us. Bitch, what the fuck? What the fuck? So I'm like, right then and there, I'm kind of like, what, her cousin? Like, why didn't she tell me that somebody was coming? So I was like, who's your cousin? And she told me the girl name, but I don't know that girl. That girl don't know me. Like, I ain't know that girl. So she was like, is that cool? And I was like, I guess, okay, cool. So her and her cousin ended up pulling up to my crib. And when I saw the girl, I had seen the girl before I had met her. I didn't know her, but I met her one time when I went with my homegirl, like, to a kickback. It was some type of kickback or something. It was a whole bunch of girls there, and she was one of the girls there. Let me tell y'all about her though. The first encounter I ever had with her was, I was at the kickback and I had my cards, and there was a whole lot of people asking me like, oh, can you do a reading? Can you pull cards on me? She was one of the people. So I had pulled a couple cards on her, told her what they meant, and I put my cards up because, y'all, it was a kickback. Like, I was cross-faded. Like, I think I was drinking alcohol and I was smoking. So I was cross-faded, and it's like, I'm not finna sit up here and do no whole 30-minute to an hour reading on you, and I'm at a kickback. Like, what? So I pulled a couple of cards on her, and I put my cards up, and I noticed, and this is not the first time this has happened. I noticed that the girl was looking at me, right? Because if you're looking at me, it looks like I'm looking down because I was putting my cards up. But I like to watch people from my peripheral. When you watch people and they don't think you're looking at them, that's when you can see how they really feel about you. That's how you can see their true emotions, because when people know that you're looking directly at them, a lot of times they will perform, or a lot of times they will conceal how they actually feeling. So I was looking at the girl in my peripheral, but she thought I was looking at my cards, and she gave me like this stank look. I kid y'all not. Like, this girl gave me the stankiest look. And it was because I put my cards up, but like I told y'all, I was not about to get this girl no full freaking reading. Like, I had already read a couple cards on her. Like, so yeah, like, I just ignored it because I figured that was gonna be my first and only time seeing her, until the freaking girl brunch brought her over to my crib. That was her cousin, y'all. So they coming in, I'm like, hey guys, like, what's up? And so they like, hey girl. And like, while I was meeting the cousin, even though like that wasn't my first time actually meeting her, but when I was talking to her, one of the first things that she asked me about was like, oh, so you be reading cards? And so when she asked me that, I saw the look on Brunch's face. It kind of like, her face kind of dropped a little bit, right? And so I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I be doing readings and da-da-da. So then, like, we was in my room and we had me and Brunch. I'm trying not to say this girl name. Me and Brunch had started rolling up because we was about to smoke. So then we all was having small talk. Like, the girl was asking me about like my cards and like my spiritual journey, I guess. I don't know. Like, we all was just having small talk. And then I noticed that the girl asked me like, oh, can you pull some cards on me? Can you do a reading on me? And so I was like, okay, yeah, like, I didn't mind. So I started doing a reading on the girl, and by this time, me and Brunch had finished rolling our blizzies, and we started passing them. Now, keep in mind, the cousin was also smoking, but she didn't bring no weed, and she did not roll up. So the girl Brunch had brought a whole extra head, and then the girl that she brought was not even rolling up. She just came to smoke with us. But it's like I said, I felt like that girl, like Brunch, I felt like Brunch did not perceive me in a correct way. And the reason why I say that is because I felt like, for one, I would have never done her like that. Like, yeah, we was linking, like we probably linked up like 2 or 3 times before this, but I just felt like we didn't know each other good enough to just be bringing other people to one another's crib. Because if I had went to her mama crib where she was living at, I wouldn't dare have brought a +1 with me, especially someone that she does not know. Like, she knew I did not know her cousin like that. She didn't even know that I had seen her cousin once before at a kickback. So I felt like that had threw me for a loop, because I was like questioning myself, like, how does this girl see me? Because I wouldn't dare think that that would be okay to do something like that to her. So the fact that she felt comfortable enough to do something like that to me, it was questionable. I'm like, how does this girl see me? Like, does she think I'm like a pushover or like a people pleaser? Like, I don't know. I thought that was weird. So boom, we all sitting in the room. We pass in the blizzies, and I'm giving the girl a reading. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna go into depth about nobody's reading. I'm gonna just tell y'all what happened. So I started reading her cards, and there was stuff coming up that was resonating. Her eyes got big. She was like, oh my gosh, tell me more. So I had finished the first reading, and then she asked me, she was like, well, can you give me another reading on this specific topic? So I started, doing that reading. Like, okay, cool. Now keep in mind, y'all, these readings will like probably range from like 10 to 20 minutes. But as time went on, they got longer. Never mind, I'm gonna get to that. So on the second topic that she told me to pull on, I had started telling her, and she was just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy, and this happened, and how did you know this, and da-da-da-da-da. So I'm just like telling her, like, yeah, like I really be doing this, like, I be taking clients, they be paying me or whatever, and yeah, like I really do this for a living. And she was just like, oh, okay, well, I have another question. Do you think that you could pull cards on this other question that I have? So I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I could pull, a couple cards, but it's not gonna be like a whole bunch. So I started pulling cards on the next topic that she asked me. So by this time, y'all, I done been pulling cards on this girl for so long that Brunch, the one that brought her, was like, okay, y'all, well, I'm finna call my boyfriend. I'm finna step out into your living room. So she stepped out to my living room, and she was on the phone, and she was just out there sitting on the floor, because I ain't had no furniture in my living room back then. Like, in my first apartment, I did not get it furnished, y'all. I'm telling you, I ain't even had no couch. I just had a bed. But anyway, yeah, so she was out there on the phone or doing whatever she was doing, and her cousin was in my room asking me to pull cards on stuff. So I was in there, I was doing it. And so I had finished that reading, and she was about to ask for another reading, but I think by that time, Brunch had came back in the room. And so when she asked me for another reading, y'all, I think we was on our 3rd or 4th reading. That girl asked me for another reading, and Brunch, not the cousin, Brunch had stepped in. She was like, girl, like, she get money for that. Like, you're not gonna pay her. Like, you keep asking her for readings. Like, and so she was like, no, I don't know. I forgot what I said. I think I was telling her, like, oh yeah, I do be taking clients, and I be charging them. And she was like, soon as I said something about charging or getting paid for me doing readings, y'all, the cousin looked at me and she cut her eyes, and she was like, how much? Like, with an attitude. I had done sat up there and did reading after reading after reading for that girl for free. And soon as I even mentioned getting paid for one reading, it's like she had an attitude, y'all. Like, oh, how much? Like, the girl did not want to pay me, y'all. She just wanted to stay in my home probably for hours and hours and keep having me pull cards on her. I don't know what that girl was going through. Because to be honest, I done encountered clients like that would keep booking me for readings. But for her to just, like, the way she was, I could tell she was going through something. Like, she was, hold on, y'all. By how the lady was acting, I could tell that she was going through something. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I could tell that she was trying to get answers. I don't know if she was just trying to find answers about her life or something specific. I don't know. But that girl was acting like almost psychotic. Like, not psychotic, but that is kind of psychotic, to come into somebody's home and then it's a stranger, and then you basically, what's the word? What's the freaking word? exploiting you, basically coming into a stranger's home, exploiting them for their gift, not wanting to pay them, but you just want to continue exploiting them. Like I said, I don't know how Brunch or her cousin was seeing me, but I don't think they was seeing me for who I was. I think they was seeing me like I was like I said, like a loser or like a pushover. Cause it's like, I know for a fact they would not go around like other people and act like that. So it was something about me. I don't know if it was because I was being very nice. So they had took that as like, oh, she a pushover. Like we could do whatever we want. I don't know what it was. So Brunch had said that, and then I had said what I said, and then the cousin was like, how much? And I was like, oh, usually I charge like 25. Cause I don't know. At first I was charging 10, but then when I started figuring out what I was doing, I charged 25 for one bundle and I charged 30 for the other bundle, right? So I forgot what that girl said, y'all. That girl did not even pay me like the whole amount. I think she cashed at me like $10 or $20. I don't even remember, y'all. But she had cashed at me some money, and then I had did one last reading for her, I think. And to be honest, this happened so long ago, I don't really remember. I think I did the last reading and then that was it. But some tell me that that girl was really trying to get me to do another reading after that. Like I'll tell y'all, that girl was acting crazy. Like she wasn't acting crazy like doing like a lot like physically, but she was acting crazy like something was going on up here. Like that's how she was acting. Like something was mentally like bothering her. She just had to get all the answers. Like I don't know. So I finally like wrapped it up and I was done. And they was leaving, like I was walking them out, and I was like, okay, well, thank y'all for coming to spend time with me, y'all. And then I only said that because I was being performative. Like, and when I say I was being performative, sometimes when I don't know what to say, I'll say what I feel like I'm supposed to say in that moment. And like usually when you're walking guests out your home, you say something like that. I don't know, like I think I've seen that in TV shows. Like it's like you tell them, okay, well thanks for coming. Like I don't know. So that's why I said that, right? So when I said that, I could tell by the looks on Brunch and her cousin's face, it almost looked shameful. Like I can't describe it, but they kind of like they kind of looked down, like they started looking awkward when I said that. They didn't know that I was only saying that because that's what, like, it was awkward. Like, it was kind of like an awkward silence. So to break the awkward silence, that's why I said that. I wasn't saying it because I had genuinely really meant it. Like, I was just saying stuff. But I realized that I think they thought that I was trying to be funny. Like, they knew that, basically, boom. They knew that they had came over to my home for a alternative reason for themselves. They had came over to my home. Basically, this is what I think happened. I think when Brunch had came over and I did that reading for her and we were like kicking it and matching and stuff, I think she went to her cousin and told her cousin, like, oh yeah, I know this girl, she do readings and this is what she told me and da 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 da. And the cousin probably was like, you think she'll do my reading too? And Brunch probably was like, girl, yeah, she cool. Like, girl, she cool. Like, don't even worry about it. Yeah, she'll do your reading. Like, I don't know if that's how it really went, y'all, but the way they was treating me, I feel like that's kind of how it went. She told that girl I did readings, and she told her, basically the cousin was like, take me to her. Like, I don't know. And so she brought her cousin to me knowing that she had, like, the way she described me to her cousin, I feel like that's what played a huge part in the girl thinking that she can exploit me. Now, some of y'all may be questioning like, well, girl, why did you sit up there and keep giving that girl readings? To be honest, when I be in a state of just being tapped in and on like a not on a highly spiritual level, but I'm saying like when I'm doing readings, that's like a spiritual thing. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I'm more calm, I'm more mature. Like, I'm not really easily moved when I'm in the spirit, basically. Like when I'm in the spirit, I'm not petty. Like usually, like if I'm not in the spirit, I'm regular. I probably would have said something like, "Girl, ain't nobody about to do your read." But when I'm in the spirit, that be exactly what I am. I'm in the spirit, y'all. Like I don't whatever questions they need answered. I be feeling like it's a reason why God brought these people to me. You know what I'm saying? I be feeling like it's bigger than me. Like I don't never just try to look at things like, oh, they're trying to do something to me. Like I always think of it like, nah, it's bigger than me. That girl came to me on a higher level than just, oh, she wanted to come see me. That girl needed answers. And if I was the person ordained by God to give her certain answers or like whatever, then that's a blessing in itself. But yeah, y'all, that girl, like, I don't know. I definitely feel like Brunch like told her, like I don't think she told her like, oh, like I met this girl that I went to high school with, she's really cool, like I think we finna be friends. Like I went over there and got to reading and she had told me this. I really think she just, the way she talked about me, I really think she just zoned in on like, this girl, she got her own place, she be doing readings, like she gave me a free reading and I really think like, yeah, the way she talked about me, the way she described me to the cousin, that definitely played a part in how her cousin treated me. I definitely feel like that. And I mean, I don't wish nothing bad against them. It's just that I hope that they don't think that type of behavior is acceptable with everybody, because everyone is not going to be accepting or understanding to that, because I did feel like that was ridiculous. And it's like, the only thing I could sum it up to is that, like I said, the cousin was going through something. She had to have been going through something that was affecting her mentally, because the way she felt comfortable enough to keep asking me for readings after I was already nice enough to give her 2, 3, 4, and she just kept going, I definitely feel like it was something going on in her mental. But other than that, y'all, hold on, let me think. Is that it? Oh, let me tell y'all how, well, okay, boom. Me and Brunch, we never really fell out. Ever since then, that was the last time that girl came over to my crib. So I don't know if she had reached out to me and I just stopped responding, or maybe I just stopped reaching out to her. We just did not hang out again after that. Eventually, over time, I'm not gonna lie, the more I thought about the situation, I got salty. And I got salty because I didn't want nobody around me that sees me in the way that that girl was seeing me. I didn't want nobody around me that thinks that they could just do whatever they want. Because like I said, the fact that she even was so careless of like not telling me like the girl, like ahead of time, that the girl was coming to my home. Because I feel like she had enough time. She was getting off of work when she contacted me. And she went to go get the girl. And after she went and got the girl, as they were already on the way to pull up, that's when she told me the girl was coming to my home. I feel like that was ridiculous. I feel like that was so ridiculous. And it's like, like I said, I would have never done that to her crib or her mama's crib, whatever, wherever she lived at. I would have never done that to her, because I just would have felt like, I don't know that girl like that. Let me call her, make sure everything is cool. So like I said, it definitely was the way she looked at me. It definitely was given, oh, she thought that I was like, oh, she down with whatever. And it's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. And so that was the last time she came over to my crib, her and her cousin. God bless both of them. So fast forward, I ended up unfollowing her on Instagram, because like I said, I don't need nobody like that in my energy. Every time I would post something, she would be like the first in my stories. Like she had, at first she wouldn't like none of my stuff, but then over time she started liking some of my posts. Because I feel like she noticed that I fell back. Because I always used to like her posts. And obviously if I unfollowed her, like I wasn't liking her posts anymore. And then plus I probably used to view her stories too. And I just stopped viewing her stories because like I didn't follow her anymore anyway. So eventually she started liking and interacting with my posts. But by that time I didn't care. Like I already unfollowed her. I wasn't about to follow her back. That was it. One day I had made this post, and it wasn't even directed towards her. I had made this post, and I think it said something like, if you always view on my stuff, but you don't never engage, I'm unblocking you or something. It says something like that, or I'm gonna unfollow you. While she had responded to that story post that I made, she was like, you don't even follow me. And I responded and I was like, what does that have to do with what I just said? Because that don't have nothing to do with what I just said. Like, what? So she was like, she responded back with, I think, like a video, not a video, it was like a voice note. And she was like,
oh, nothing, Taylor, never mind.
She was like laughing, and I felt like she was trying to laugh it off. Because one thing I noticed about her, she was very much fake. Like, she was very much like, even if you did make her upset, she would act like, oh, it's all good. But whole time, like, I don't know, she was just fake to me. So when she had sent me that voice note, I did not respond and I blocked her, because it's like, I just did not like that energy. I didn't really like the energy that she had towards me. Like, her energy alone is cool, but her energy towards me and the way I felt like she was looking at me, I did not like that. I did not like that. I feel like she was looking at me like I was like not a peasant, but it's just, I did not like the way she was looking at me. Like, it wasn't giving. And then two, another thing that I noticed was, even though she was destined to be, like, even though it was giving she's destined to be a star, she was also giving very much opportunist. Like, you know what opportunist is? It's like someone who, oh, they'll go link up with this person just because they got 15K. Or they'll go be seen with this person just because this person has a lot of clout. That's an opportunist. You know what I'm saying? It's like those people who is thirsty to get to stardom or thirsty to be famous. That's like, and I'm not saying that's how she is, but that was the freaking vibe that I got from her. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, she was cool, she was down to earth, but it was certain things that I did not like. And so, yeah, that's the end of this story. I hope y'all like that. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to see you in my next video.